Hi everyone, my name's Michelle and I'm Mama Loves You GB here on Flosstube, and today is the 16th of December, so welcome along. This is the morning briefing. Good morning. I thought we knew one another well enough now for me to wear my cosy stitching jumper. It's one of those jumpers that it's not pyjamas because it would just be far too thick, but it's not day wear. It's that kind of lounge wear, that kind of comfy, cosy lounge wear. The sort of stuff that you might think twice about wearing to the shops, maybe not. And because it's quite late at night for me here, it's the 15th for me, and it's about 10:30 at night. I was all comfy and cosy in it, and so I thought, we know each other well enough, we can be comfortable. And we've had a lovely evening. We took my daughter to look around all the Christmas lights just in the local towns and the villages. There's some lovely little displays of Christmas lights. We put her car seat in the front of the van so that she could see all the way through the kind of the big windows, and she was just, she just loved seeing all the Christmas lights. All the people that have got those kind of moving projectors and spotting those, so that was really nice to do. Other than that, I've not done very much today really. I didn't get as much finishing done as I was hoping to. I have got one FFO to show you, and I've got a new start, and I've watched quite a bit of Flosstube today actually, sort of just on in the background, which has been really nice. I've watched Jen Upton, I've watched Jen's Stitching Ditch, and I watched Lisa Smith, Kindred Stitcher as well. So I'm sure I will need to go back and review some of those, maybe with a pen and pencil in hand, but I really enjoyed their company today. So I have got an itchy nose, but I've also got lots to show you today. So I have got freebie charts, I've got thread advent, I have got past finishes, I've got some haul, I've got an FFO, a new start, some beautiful happy mail, some stitchy kindness that was sent to me by a lovely lady all the way from America, so I'll show you that to you. And yeah, let's get on. I'm going to start with the freebie chart, and actually it's the same designer as yesterday, Beth Twist from Heartstring Samplery. Now I decided to pick this one out actually at the weekend because we watched the film that this is from. Well, it's from a book, but we watched the film and that's what reminded me. It's this one that says, "I will honour Christmas in my heart and try to keep it all the year." Now obviously we know this is a Charles Dickens quote from A Christmas Carol, and the film we watched, I'm pretty sure Beth Twist wasn't thinking about that when she designed this, because we watched The Muppets Christmas Carol with Michael Caine. It's a great film, I love that one. If you haven't seen it, or I've seen it recently, it's definitely worth a watch. But the reason that I picked this one out to show you is because I think this would be a lovely companion piece for the Brenda Gervais With My Needle and Thread Sal, the little free stitch along that she's just finished doing. If you haven't seen that, it's something like the Peppermint and Minty Sal, which I know isn't the right word, and I'll put the proper name of it underneath, but it's on her With Thy Needle and Thread Facebook, so you can go along there and you can just download the pattern. It's beautiful, but the border at the bottom reminded me of this border. It's not the same, but I think they would make really nice sort of companion pieces together. So I'll put the link down below so you can go and download that one. It is 85 by 113, and it is charted in just 4 different colours of DMC. So I really like that one. A nice little Christmassy one there. And what should we do next? Should we do all our we do all our normal business first, yeah? So let's do the thread advent then. So 16 is down here. Now where have I put my thread ring? There it is. So, ooh, a grey, is it just a grey? Oh, it is, it's aged pewter. Ooh. Oh, that's really nice. It's got lots of sort of the brighter greys, but also almost down to sort of the bluer and browner greys there. So that is aged pewter by the Gentle Art. I think that's my first grey. Beautiful, lovely. And my previous finishes, one of which is also a freebie, and I will have to have a look. I didn't check to see if it's still available as a freebie before I filmed this, but I think it probably is, and if it is I'll put the link down below. So let's start with that one. This design came about during the summer when lots of designers were putting out charts during the Black Lives Matter movement, and this is one that I picked out to do, and this was from Sapphire Mountain Handcrafts, and it's this one, and it's the famous lyrics, as you know, blackbird singing in the dead of night, take these broken wings and learn to fly. And I did it on a piece of really thick cross-stitch fabric. I have no idea where I got this from. I know that it was one of my first attempts in ice dyeing using Dylon dyes, and I know it's using Dylons because that was all I had at the time, but also with Dylons, those of you who've done it before, you might be able to see Dylon sometimes splits really badly. So if you're using things like greys and browns and blacks, yes you'll get the kind of blues and greys that you're expecting, but you'll get these other little flecks of orange and yellow as well, and I like it, but I don't always want it. And so this is one of the pieces that I'd had a go at dyeing before, and I just sort of put it back in the drawer, and I decided it was perfect for this piece. But as I said, it was the most kind of really thick piece of cross-stitch fabric, but I really enjoyed stitching it, and I've just made it into this kind of hanging pocket. And what I'm going to do is put some cotton reels and things like that in there, and then I haven't got around to it yet, even though I've had this finished for, well, I say finished, for a few months, is put a little piece of felt up there just for needles and bits and bobs like that, and it's just on this little wooden hanger. I finished it with some polka dots and some mother of pearl buttons just on the joins there, and so yeah, I was pretty pleased with the way that one turned out, and it just hangs on the wall up here. So I think it's a 32 count. Yeah, I think it's a 32 count. So that was one of my previous finishes, and as I said, if I can find the freebie link for that, I will put that down below as well. And this one I have shown you before. This is a little Barbara Anna called Sweeping the Garden, and it was in a Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine, and this is my little finish of that. Now, I didn't use the called for colours, although they are kind of the called for sort of palette of colours, but not the exact threads. And I just finished it in a flat, so that's mounted onto a piece of mount board. The turquoise stripe is a piece of mount board, and then the back is just a piece of felt. And I just put a little hanging loop and some of this beautiful green velvet ribbon, and this is one of these mother of pearl buckles that I do so like to finish with, and just this really cute little besom broom. And I found that if you search on eBay for what you're looking for and then put doll's house, you tend to get things in a good scale. So I just searched for besom broom, doll's house, and it just gets tucked under that little piece of ribbon, and it is lovely. I love this piece. It's stitched on a 32 count piece that I hand dyed, so it just gives you that kind of mottledy look. There we go. I really like that one. I love looking at that one. I always look at that one when I come into this room. That's one of the ones that I look at, and I think it's to do with the turquoise, actually, just picking up the tiniest hint of turquoise in the stitch. So there we go. Now, one other thing I did do today, I went to find candy canes for this. Cardigan is bereft of candy canes. I tried 2 or 3 different shops looking for candy canes. I even went into the proper sweet shop, Yum Yums, and they've got no candy canes left. So there are 1 or 2 arriving via Amazon tomorrow. I think every child I know is going to get candy canes in their Christmas gifts this year, because yeah, I bought a pack of them, shall we say. So yeah, I will show you that tomorrow, properly finished with the candy canes in, because I've got a lot of comments about that one. Okay, my other FFO before I get on to my little bit of haul. From, and I'm going to have to try and say it again, and I'm going to get it right once. Pinker and Pumpkin blogs. No! I can't do it. Pinker and Pumpkin blog spot, which is where the Santa cup came from. She also had this little chart of a little Halloween cat, and I stitched it on the same fabric. And I said that I had some little tart pans that I was going to finish it into. Well, the little tart pans I had, they were silver, and I tried to paint them black and it didn't really work, so I just ordered some black ones. And when they came, they were a little bit smaller than I had imagined. So it's a really dinky little one. Quite frankly, I can't imagine anything that I would want to eat being that small. Maybe a tiny sort of amuse-bouche or whatever they call them, but that is really too small for anything. But for anybody buying tart pans, it is interesting to note that when they give you the size of the tart pan, they mean this size, not this size. However, we work with what we've got, and I finished it exactly how I thought I was going to finish it. It just kind of sits more on the tart pan rather than in the tart pan. So this is my finish of the little cat, and you can see there's the tart pan, and he's just, I had envisaged the tart pan coming out a little bit further, and so I'll know for next time when I order them what size to go for. But I actually really like him. I want to wear him as a badge, a rosette, something I've won. So he's just stitched on some 32 count kind of turquoisey fabric in whatever I had to hand, and then I just made this nice little rim for him. And all I did was I got a piece of felt, a strip of felt, folded it over, snip, 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 so it stayed in a loop, and then glued it on the inside of the tart pan and stuck him on the top. And I really do like him, actually. Having said that the tart pan is too small, I really do like him. My other thought is to put a magnet on the back and put him onto something, but I think he'll sit nicely on a shelf or in a little box or something like that. So there he is. Because I've got another one, which I've just thrown somewhere. There it is. Because I've got another one, I'm quite tempted to stitch him again, but try and make it into a lady, to give him a girlfriend, and kind of finish it in a similar way so that there's a pair of them. It wouldn't take very long to finish because he was just a really quick stitch. So yeah, that was my FFO. A little bit of haul, and then I will finish with my Stitchy Kindness. This came today. I bought it from eBay for the princely sum of £4.99 including postage, and it came flat pack, so I have glued it together. Just used a little bit of I was actually lazy and I used super glue, a bit of glue, and I'm going to paint it sort of like a blacky brown colour. But the reason that I saw this is because I had seen one of the designers, I think it was Chessie and Me, it was either Chessie and Me or shepherd's bush, had designed a pillow to sit in a sleigh, and the pillow kit and the sleigh and everything together came to nearly £50, which, you know, it's a kit, it's all there for you. And so I sort of started to look on eBay to see if I could find just a sleigh, just because I've got the a chart that I can use, I've got things that I can put in here, and so I was really actually very pleased with that for £4.99. And so I'm going to paint it up and then pop a couple of little pillows or little stitches in there, and I think that will look lovely as a little design piece. So I'll have a look and see if the eBay seller that I got it from has still got any, and if they've got any left I will put the link down below if anybody wants to get one of those. But yeah, I was really pleased with that haul. Now this actually came yesterday and I didn't show it to you because I thought I'd have quite a long programme yesterday, but it looks like it's going to be longer today, so it shows what I know. This is from, and again I bought it on eBay, but it's a shop on eBay, and it's called Carroway Cottage.co.uk, and it looks like they've got a website as well as an eBay shop, and that is where I bought, I thought I brought it up with me but I haven't, the backing fabric for this. And I also bought some other sort of finishing bits and bobs. So I bought a fat quarter of just a pink stripe, and I bought that for the back of one of the other Stacey Nash animal critters, and I've got one of the other cats, and her name escapes me now, Clementine I think, and she's got a pinky dress on, so I wanted some, it's not quite ticking but it's just a stripe. And I bought some, that's all sort of tied up together but I've already taken the red out. I bought some mini pom-pom trim, so I bought some bright Christmas red, some white, some kind of violent green, it's like an apple green, and I bought some minty green as well. I just bought a metre of each of those. And then I bought some various different laces and things like that. So I bought some dark green lace trim, just a very thin lace trim. The same in purple, nice purple there. And then I found these. Now these are actually bias, sort of fancy bias binding, but I decided that I would probably just use it as a plain trim or to run along the top of a pocket or something like that. So I got a pale, that's not a pale blue, that's a dark blue. I got a grey. Sorry, I'm peering at you tonight. I feel like I'm peering at you. I got a pink. Got red. And then I got yellow polka dot. As I said, it's a bias trim, but if you wanted to, there's no reason why you couldn't just sort of stick it down or sew it down flat. And I got a really nice gingham one, and I'm pretty sure if you folded it nicely you could make a bow with that as well. It'd just be a bit unusual. So that was my haul, and excitingly as well I've had shipping notifications from Peakside Needleworks and Patchwork Rabbit, so tomorrow I might have some more, because I think, in fact I know one of the shipping notifications is to do with the new Blackbird book, so I can't wait to get my sticky little mitts on that and to show you the projects that are in it. And oh, before I move on to my Stitchy Kindness, I said I had a new start, Now after I finished my video last night and playing around with it, it was midnight. I thought, what a good time for a new start. And so I picked up this one that I had bought from the Nimble Thimble, and it's Puntini Puntini, You Warm My Heart, and that is where I am on that, so I'm pretty confident I can finish that tomorrow. It's just a lot of white fill-in, a bit of a snowman's face, and then it comes with, this is why I love Puntini Puntini stuff, it comes with the 2 buttons, so the heart is what he's holding and the carrot for his nose. And I actually thought that by the time he's mounted up into a nice pillow, he might even sit quite nicely in that sleigh. So we'll see, but I think I can probably finish him off tomorrow. It depends how much time I get. I've got a bit of schoolwork to do tomorrow and a bit of marking, so we'll see. Right, this is my Stitchy Kindness. Now these were sent to me all the way from America by a lovely lady called Alice, and I got this parcel today, and I knew that she was sending me a couple of charts and I knew what they were, but she sent me a couple of extra bits as well. So first of all she sent me this lovely card, which is one of the ones from Hands Across the Sea Samplers, and it's got a little portion of the chart on the back, so you can stitch a little small. And so without showing you the chart, I'll tell you which portion it is. It's the top, this top bit here. And she wrote a lovely note in it as well, so thank you, Alice. And then she sent me, because I'd showed a couple of bees and other types of charts, she said, oh, I've got these charts I'd like to send you, and it's the Bee Collection by Terence Nolan. So it's actually called Professor Fizby's Wondrous Strange Collection of, and then it's the Bee Collection. So that's the Bee Collection. So you've got Queen of Bumblebees, Orchid Bee, and Purple Wannabe. That's me at the bottom, a Purple Wannabe, definitely. And I've looked at the charts and they are so beautifully done, so beautifully stitched, and then it's the back stitching that really makes it on those. So I'm really looking forward to starting those. And she also sent me the Wee Beasties Part 5, and it is the Dragonfly Common Green Darner. Does it say Darner? I think it says Darner on there. So that's the Wee Beasties. So Alba Stitcher will be more than well aware of a Wee Beastie. And this one has got some fabric in it as well. And then she also sent me the cry neck. So I haven't checked, but I'm pretty sure that lots of those will be the cry necks that are called for in those charts as well, because I know she said she'd stitched them. So I was absolutely blown away. That is so kind of you to just send me those charts and the cry neck all the way from America. So I am so grateful to you, and I love this stitchy community, because this sort of thing happens you know, a lot between stitchers. Nothing to do with Flosstube, nothing to do with YouTube, but stitchers pass things on, stitchers send things to their friends, and it's just such a lovely thing to get in the post some stitchy kindness. So again, thank you very much, and I will pay it forward, not with those charts, but with something of my own going to somebody else who I know will like it. So thank you so much. Right, that is me done. I was just having a quick check to make sure there's nothing else I've forgotten. That is me done, and I will see you again tomorrow. Hopefully I will have some exciting haul to share with you. I really can't wait to get my hands on that Blackbird book. But until then, stay classy, stitchers. Bye bye.